Hey everyone, welcome to this first rant views thing. I decided, as you can see from the title, to rant a bit about how Pokemon movies are formulaic nowadays. If you look back at like the first movie or even the second movie, it's not so much. But when you get to like, I'd say even the fourth movie, it starts to really take on a formulaic turn. I think there's something wrong with my voice today. Well, what am I talking about? Well, I'd stopped watching the Pokemon movies and the anime too once the Zoroark movie came out, and when I went back to watch the 14th movie, the Victini one, I was pretty much predicting what was going to happen. Really, I could easily tell. One thing that I was like, oh look, they're gonna do a, you know, electronic or whatever, like trap, torture the little legendary. I really have a soft spot for a lot of the little legendaries, so I always hate that type of scene. But it's just there all the time. I mean, 5th movie, Latios, 2nd movie even had the legendary birds. The 3rd movie actually didn't have that. The 4th movie was nothing but Celebi torture, which I hate because Celebi is like my 2nd favorite Pokemon or something. 6th movie had Jirachi torture, which again, I hate that because Jirachi is like my 3rd favorite or 2nd favorite, I don't even know. I could just go on and on for like, almost all the movies have that one example. Another thing is like, the endings are usually the same. There's always oh look, they show up at a place and there's a festival. Admittedly, that happens in the anime too, but the anime is on an episode by episode thing, so too many episodes to do it all the time. The movies lately tend to always do that. Oh look, we show up at a random city. Oh look, we have the lucky stuff of being there during a festival or whatever. It's something I've really noticed, and the movies blend together and are uninteresting when you just copy the same thing. Sure, the animation is really cool, and they usually make some sort of 3D animation during part of it, but for the most part, it's really just, when it comes to the writing, it's really just the same thing. Very similar. Different characters besides the main ones, different legendary, same thing you get. Nothing past that. Really, if you watch like, if you watched the first 13 movies like I have, or even like maybe numbers 6 to 13, and then you watch Victini one like I did, you'll be able to probably see the patterns and just predict everything, and really, that's a mark of laziness. It's basically, I mean, it's better than writing something terrible, but it's really a mark of laziness to just reuse everything you've done. I'm surprised it took me this long to notice it, so maybe all the flavor text they have in there really does change things and make it hidden, but at its core, it's exactly the same thing. That's a problem I have with some of the Pokemon games nowadays too, but those are video games and that's a completely different topic at this moment that I am not going to touch on here. Pointing at anything else, I'm not sure what to say. Really, the biggest thing I noticed was, I realized how much they were reusing things just when I saw this Victini being tortured or whatever. I guess since I have a soft spot for them, I just noticed, oh great, they're gonna do that again, aren't they? And then I'm like, yep, they're gonna do that. And then I started really thinking about all of it. I encourage you people to go look and try to find the exact copies of things they've done between movies in the more modern ones. I'm also planning on doing a rant view for specifically each Pokemon movie. I am going to tally points and stuff for the good and bad things they do and come out in the end with certain stuff. Doing this, I will be able to compare and find out just which movies are better. Is the first movie actually that much better than the modern ones? Does any of the modern ones actually do something better than the others, or are they really all exactly the same, even in terms of, like, how good they are? Well, I'm gonna find out when I do this. So, I think this was a short one, but really, I think this is just a way to get started, and especially with the movies, too. If I'm gonna start this, I may as well start this by saying something about the movies. So, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for a rant view of the first Pokemon movie. It'll be much more organized than this one, trust me.